saying, everyone that's picked up the phone, personally, thank you. We couldn't get a first round pick, but thank you. Cleared the books. And one of the trades that happened, well, it was on and then it was off and then it was on again. So the initial trade with the Boston Celtics were we had a 3-team deal where Brogdon was going to go to the Clippers, Porzingis was going to go to the Celtics, and I think the Wizards were going to get Marcus Morris back and that 30th pick in the first round of the draft that happened yesterday. So I guess Brogdon isn't as healthy as everyone says, so that deal got cut off. Then we came back and said, you know what, Boston? We're going to make this happen before 12 o'clock. So we picked up the phone again, and Marcus Smart had to go to Memphis. Porzingis still went to the Celtics, but they also got 2 extra first-round picks. The Wizards got back Tyus Jones, Danilo Gallinari, Mike Muscala, and a 35th pick in the 2023 draft. So the first thing I want to say is, Teddy, how you feeling about that trade?
I love it. I've been asking for Marcus Smart to be traded for 2-3 years now. He's been the he's been the reason why JT and JB haven't been able to take that next step into winning a championship in my eyes. Going back to 2020 in the bubble, he didn't get a last-second shot. I forget what game it was, but when they went back into the locker room, he was throwing chairs and doing this, doing that. And then in this series, this year against the Sixers, nah, Marcus Smart. We'll see you later, kid. he got his cereal, and these Boston fans, man, it's been mixed reactions. You know, I've had people that were agreeing with me that Marcus was the stop to these guys taking the next step, and then there's been people that, oh, he's the heart and soul of the team, blah blah blah. Yeah, he was. He definitely came out there and gave it his all every night, but he thought he was the number one option on offense, and he's a number 4 in my eyes on that roster. I would have liked Derek White over him to take those shots last year, just because he's a more consistent scorer. And I feel like those games where Marcus Smart scores 20 to 25, Celtics usually lose those games because he's taking the ball out of JT and JB's hands. And I don't know, with him, with the whole charade this year of Missoula calling a timeout and then him sitting down in the coach's chair writing up plays before the game. He's writing up plays for the coaches. It's like, dude, you are a player. Do your job, please. So I love the trade. I love what we got back in Porzingis. We were able to do some deals with the Kings and the Pistons with those that pick that we got. So I love the direction that we're going. The offseason has been great so far with the assistant coaches that have been hired. So I love it.
Man, Joe, you want to go or you want me to go?
Go ahead. Wizards and Celtics trade right here.
Hey. So, I mean, everything you said, Teddy, man, I actually like the deal. You know, there's a lot of Wizards fans right now. We're like battling within our own community because some people are saying like, well, we didn't get a first round pick. We traded all these players. Nah, that's true. That's true. He is done, son. Well, I mean, not in Memphis, but in Boston he is. But they were complaining that we kept getting all these second round picks. And it's kind of like, well, the new front office is taking the heat for everything that the old front office did. Like, for one, they were trading with their hands behind their back with the no trade clause, and we're going to talk about that within the next trade, and you all just heard about it with Bradley Beal kind of fleeced us already. But, I mean, you get Porzingis to sign back on a player option and do a signing trade when he could have just said no and went to Boston on all willy-nilly. So, I mean, he kind of did us a favor there. With I like the deal more so for the Celtics as far as just championship aspirations. I like the deal for us as far as rebuilding because now the Celtics get that third scoring option. And Porzingis last year kind of showed us that he still has a little bit of magic in that unicorn body of his, right? So that would be the missing piece. Now Tatum and Brown could figure out how they want to play off of that. And when they have their drying spells, or maybe Jaylen Brown's just turning the ball over too much, just pass it down to the 7-footer, and he can either get you a 3 or he can get you an easy dunk in the paint because Porzingis still can create his own shot, and he showed that with the Wizards. As far as just with Tyus Jones, Gallinari, and Mike, they're just going to be rebuilding pieces. And we'll talk about draft reactions later too. But to me, I like everything that's going on right now within the Wizards organization. If you go back and watch a few episodes, you see I was down bad on the Wizards. All last night, all y'all guys kept hearing me say is, hey, they got a plan. And I trust it. So I'm good. Joe, what's your take?
Yeah, so his star Marcus Smart. All right. Now, I do think I think it's kind of, we saw how the business could be. Let's say that. All right. Marcus Smart said he wanted to retire in Boston. I mean, he was like, he wore the green hair. He was like that guy that he was either the fan favorite for like your casual fan, but then the guys who actually watched basketball at the time, they saw the flaws he had. And I felt like he was blindsided with the trade. It's crazy because I felt like it was a desperate trade.
Man, yeah, it kind of did seem that way. You catching up? You was on mute. There you go. Oh man, you kicking people out. So yeah, I think Joe had some technical difficulties right quick, but going off of what I think what he was going with the Marcus Smart deal, him in Memphis, I think that's the perfect fit for them because right now well, for one, Ja's going to be out for 25 games, but he's a more mature version of Dylan Brooks. We can say that.
Yep.
And he kind of has been in those games. He's been to the finals, so he has the experience. And it's funny though that Marcus Smart is going to be a vet on somebody else's team. Like that's going to be funny. Yeah. But I think he will be missed just a little bit in Boston. Not a lot, but just a little bit. All right, Joe, welcome back.
Sorry, guys. So yeah, like, but yeah. So Marcus Smart fan favorite or whatever. But I like it. I like the move. Porzingis is going to help y'all. Porzingis is another guy that's going to help Brown and Tatum score when the ball is stalled out. When Brown is fumbling the ball, when Tatum's not being aggressive, y'all got another guy who can create his own shot without running through the offense. So I like that move. And he's a rim protector, which I needed because Robert Williams is a rim protector too, but he's a liability on offense because he can't spread the floor out. Porzingis could do everything. He could do everything Robert Williams could do, but he obviously was more physically bigger than him. But he's a good shot blocker. I don't know how many blocks he averaged last year, but I know a year with the Knicks,
like two. I think
two games. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he's a shot blocker, rim protector. So good. And then for the Wizards, I mean, the Wizards is, they doing anything. They're doing a good job. You feel me? I mean, they picked up Tyus Jones. I'm confused with Memphis. They give us Tyus Jones with Marcus Smart when Tyus Jones is probably one of the best backup point guards in the NBA. You know, and Marcus Smart, he's not getting better. I feel like defensively he fell off. He fell off last year defensively. I mean, the man is one defensive player of the year. I don't even think he made an all defensive team last year. If I'm not mistaken. All right, did he? I know Derek White was second team. So I don't know what Memphis trying to do here. Tyus Jones' assist and turnover ratio I think was number one in the NBA. So I don't get it. But I like the trade though for both of y'all teams.
Man, you see the title right there. It says, "With a smart way to catch a unicorn."
And also with Porzingis getting traded on a player option, like you said, I don't think he would have got paid what he got getting paid with the player option if he would have opted out because of his injury history. That's the only thing I'm worried about with him is his injury history. So and he's able to go to a contender.
But he's actually now a part of an official Big Three. Remember we used to talk about the Wizards mid three? Now you got official Big Three. I know we all say some people say Jaylen Brown is a casual, but I'd rather have one casual, an all-star, and then someone else. So it's a well-rounded three.
Yeah.
But
All right, so I don't know if you want to stick around for the other topics or
Yeah.
let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
We got
All right.
BWT on, y'all. Let's go. Go ahead,
Okay,
Tom.
hey Dave, you can't say you're not the most versatile anymore now. And speaking of versatility,
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.